you cannot engage people in conversation at all.
Oh, you can't talk?
This, no.
At all? No free speech?
Can I also have your ID, please?
Am I being detained?
Right now, yes.
Under what suspicion of what crime?
Listen, don't make it any worse, please.
Why you want my ID?
Just give me your ID.
Are you going to arrest me if I don't?
This is yeah, I mean, it is a public area, but you don't have to talk and harass people when they're trying to.
Well, harassing is a crime. I'm just talking. Yes,
because now you're infringing on their rights.
No.
Now we can have you removed.
Then why don't you give it a try?
You're interrupting their work.
Why don't you give it a try?
Just interrupt their work.
Give it a try, bro.
Please not interrupt
give it a try, bro.
Please not interrupt their work.
Why don't you just give it a try?
Please do not interrupt their work.
I have the right to speak.
No, yeah, but you don't have a right to interrupt people.
I can interrupt all I want.
Okay, well then, Cheddars, I can interrupt you. So we're gonna have a conversation.
Then good. Then good. What's up? What's up?
So what's your name?
I don't answer questions.
I don't need to answer my
Are you a public employee?
What's your name?
I don't answer questions.
What's your name?
I don't answer questions.
Are you a public employee?
I don't answer questions. I don't answer questions.
Are you Proud Boy?
I don't answer questions.
Who are you?
I don't answer questions.
Who are you?
I don't answer questions.
We can stay here all night.
That's
fine.
fine.
You can get back to work.
So can I.
You can go back to work. Y'all can get back to work.
So can I.
Yeah.
What's your name?
Yeah, don't worry about it.
All right. Then get out of my face.
No.
A lot of people are gonna see you, bro.
I'm fine with that.
We don't answer questions.
I can call some people that live over
and
there.
Call whoever you want, bro.
Okay.
Do whatever you want. You can call call Joe Biden.
No, I'm not gonna call Joe Biden.
Call Joe Biden.
Excuse me. I'm gonna call somebody who lives over here and have you removed out of their neighborhood. That's what I'm gonna do.
I bet you won't.
Oh yeah?
I bet you won't.
You wanna bet?
I bet you won't.
How much you wanna bet?
I bet you anything.
We'll see.
Call the cops. Call the president.
I'm not gonna do all that. We'll see.
Oh, okay. Oh, so you're threatening me?
I ain't threatening you. I said
you're threatening me, right?
Yeah, you know, we'll see.
All right. Well, we'll see what's gonna happen if somebody try to put their hands on me. We'll see. All right. Good. He said they're gonna remove me. He's threatening me with having me removed by citizens, right?
And it's a pandemic, and you're in people's face talking without a mask.
You're the one that got on my face. You was over there. You was the one that was over there.
What starts as a simple exchange instantly spirals into tension, and you can feel it from the very first second. The auditor challenges authority right out of the gate, questioning whether he's being detained, demanding clarity, and refusing to comply blindly. There's no warm-up here. This is a straight confrontation. The officer's tone is firm, almost dismissive, while the auditor stands his ground, repeatedly invoking his rights. And then comes the first major spark, the demand for ID. It's a classic moment in cop-watch encounters, and you can already sense the clash of perspectives. One side pushing authority, the other resisted it with constitutional confidence. But the real tension escalates when a civilian steps in. Now the situation shifts from a controlled police interaction to something far more unpredictable. The civilian becomes visibly agitated, accusing the auditor of harassment, while the auditor flips the narrative, claiming it's simply free speech. This back and forth isn't just verbal, it's psychological, each side trying to assert dominance in the moment. And then the threats begin. Not direct, but implied. The civilian talks about calling people, removing him, escalating things beyond just words. That's when the atmosphere changes completely. The auditor picks up on it instantly, calling it out, making sure it's on camera. You can almost feel the stakes rising, because now it's not just about rights, it's about safety. The body language tightens, voices overlap, neither side backs down. And just when it feels like this could boil over into something physical, the police finally step in. The arrival of officers doesn't calm things. It adds a new layer of tension, because now the question becomes, will they protect rights or enforce control? This opening segment does exactly what it's supposed to do. Hook you instantly. No slow build, no filler, just pure confrontation, layered with uncertainty, and the looming question of what happens next.
That you walk up on me, that's assault. Now with the
oh, really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Now I assaulted you, huh? I assaulted you?
Said, walk up on me.
You're the one that walked up on me. It's on video, bro. It's on video, bro. Matter of fact, I'm gonna stand right here because you talking shit. I'm gonna stand right here, and I'm gonna protest right along with you guys. Didn't your mom tell you not to talk to strangers?
And then your mama tell you to respect people?
I haven't disrespecting anyone.
Let me tell you
have I used any foul language?
Look.
Dude, you're back on my face.
I don't care.
Oh, so now you don't care.
Okay, so
I thought it was assault. I'm exercising my First Amendment. This guy's clearly triggered about my First Amendment, and he wants to have me removed. What have you personally?
Man, don't even direct no conversation at me.
Oh, now you don't want to talk.
No
now you don't want to talk.
That's right. Don't direct.
Now you don't want to talk. Now you don't want to talk. Now he doesn't. He don't want to talk no more. Yeah, he don't want to talk no more. I'm gonna go speak with the police over here. I see you calling the cops. I see you. How's it going, sir?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing excellent. Can I have your name and badge number?
Yes, sir. Officer Hamilton,
Will
at
you-
311.
Can you please explain to this gentleman over here that there's no way that they can have me removed for exercising my First Amendment on a sidewalk, on a public sidewalk?
Well, yeah, from that sidewalk, but right now you're right there.
Well, this is a public easement.
Okay.
Are you trying to like find something?
No, absolutely not. I
Okay.
got called here. That's why I'm here. So
What was the call for?
I have my supervisor on the way, so he'll be more than happy to explain things to you, all right?
Okay. Am I being detained?
Absolutely not.
All right. No problem. Thank you. Thank you for being courteous and professional. This gentleman over here said he'll have me removed by the citizens. I ain't seen no citizen yet, but that first he wanted to talk, then he don't want to talk. So how's your day going today, sir?
Pretty good. Just got on a couple hours ago, so got a long night ahead, but
Awesome, awesome. How long have you been a police officer?
2 years now.
Good, man.
On Tampa, so.
That's very good. Sure. No, I want to talk to you. I want to talk to you. You threatening me, bro.
So,
You
I
threat-
am? So what you gonna do?
Oh, you are. Did you know that's a crime?
What you gonna do?
Did you know that's a crime?
What are you gonna do?
Why you want to hurt me though?
What are you
You
gonna
see?
do?
That's what I'm talking about. Why does he want to hurt me?
How about you and I just have our own conversation over here? Is that
We-
okay with you?
That's fine. I'm just trying to find out why he's trying to hurt me. He's calling his boys.
Look.
Made a phone call.
Let's have our conversation.
Yeah.
Sir, do me a favor, stand over
Am I being detained?
Sir, do me a favor, stand over there.
Don't give me orders, sir. I'm not doing anything right now. I'm giving you enough distance.
I need you to go stand over there. Come on over here.
What's wrong with this guy? Why is he giving me orders? Am I being detained? Why is he giving me orders?
No, absolutely not, but he's going to talk with the person who called us, so.
And that's fine. You create privacy, right? When you do that, you don't just say, "Sir, go over there." That entire uniform that he's wearing, we funded that. We funded that. You see, that's not how it goes. I'm respectful to you, you're respectful to me, and we're all good. This guy's over here making threats. If something happens to me, it was this guy, and it's all gonna be in Auditing America. If something happens to me, look for this guy. He say, well, he's the only one threatening me. Oh, because I had a peaceful conversation about our elections, huh? I deserve to get beat up.
No.
So why is he threatening me? He clearly said that he's threatening me.
No, listen to me.
Yeah, it's on video. Share, like, and subscribe to Auditing America. And that's very good. I wish everybody was like you and me when it comes to that. Because you can clearly see this guy gets triggered and he wants to call his boys to beat me up.
No.
Why doesn't he do it himself?
Because we don't want to fight. We want to listen to what you have.
No, he wants to fight. He wants to fight. I could see the anger in this guy's eyes. I could see it. If you were a cop, you'd be a tyrant. Can I have your name and nice boots? Can I have your name and badge number, please, sir?
Badge number is 389. My
Thank-
campaign.
Thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you. Very respectful. Cool. Well, you guys are very respectful. You're very respectful. He's very respectful. We go around the entire nation looking for courteous and professional public employees. You see, this officer over here is upset. He's making a phone call. I don't know what he's trying to do, but I'm not campaigning here for anybody. If that's what you're trying to find out. Because I told him that I'm willing to listen to you and you're willing to listen to me. We're having a peaceful conversation. I'm not here to tell people, vote for this guy, vote for that guy, because I told you bad things about both parties.
Okay, I'm willing to listen, but so far you've only talked about Biden. I'd like to hear what.
Yeah, but yeah, Donald Trump shut down the Constitution. He's done nothing about having about the whole mask thing. It's unconstitutional. These officers swore to protect the Constitution. Since when are we in a country that, they tell us what to wear and we have to do that? Since when? We have the sergeant over here looking for trouble on the phone, trying to find out how he can get me for something. He's probably...
All he's doing is talking to the election officials.
For what?
They run this property right now.
Okay.
So he has to get with the election officials.
What do they have to do with this whole situation, though? I understand, but I really don't need protection. I'm good,
No, it's not that. It's like, obviously, you and I can have a conversation, but there may be some people here who may feel a little bit more strongly and more inclined to maybe, you know, like be a bit more physical, either towards me or towards
Do you believe I've harassed anyone here today?
You came here. I'm not.
'Cause remember, the meaning, you have to really consider. I know you're a very reasonable person from what I can see. You have to really consider the word harassing, because remember, the First Amendment is not about the weather, it's about controversial speech.
It's
As long as we're peaceful,
as
we can see
religion.
whatever.
Yes, you have your First Amendment to come here, speak on your behalf on what you personally believe in, and so do we. In a sense, you can, I'm not saying you physically harassed, but you did come on up, you start filming. It made people feel a little bit, you know, yeah.
I can understand that. I can understand that. But we have to remember the First Amendment,
Yes,
free press.
No, we're not denying that. You have your opinion to speak on your behalf, and so do we.
But people can't take a constitutionally protected activity and turn it into a criminal offense, into a criminal act.
Understandable, but sometimes you need to understand the fact some people don't want to listen to that, and sometimes you need to respect that.
I
and you need to
understand.
step away.
I understand. Just like this gentleman over here, he said, "Oh, I don't want to talk to you." Fine. You don't want to talk to me? That's fine. But he was the one that first came and said, "No, I want to know what's going on. I want to know what's going on."
Well, he wanted to know because he saw this, and obviously right now, like obviously, it doesn't matter which political side you're on. It seems when somebody comes out with a different opinion, obviously there's
Then everybody say he's harassing. But if I have the same opinion, then I'm good.
It's much more of making sure that everyone is like being safe. Like no one's gonna come out and be like, "Yo, let's go." It's you know.
Oh no, exactly, and that's what these guys are here for. But you know, I don't think they should be here to overlook a constitutionally protected activity. These guys are supposed to be looking for criminals, not with the guy exercising his right and with his camera phone. You know.
Do you feel comfortable being?
Oh yeah, the weather's beautiful. I'd rather be nowhere
It's a
else.
nice day.
Oh my God, feels really good out.
I can tell your sergeant, yeah, sure, go ahead. I can tell your sergeant is not courteous and professional, because the first approach, let me tell you, I do this for a living. I go around the entire nation meeting public employees. Look how many cops we
As
have
the
here.
situation stabilizes, at least on the surface, the dynamic shifts dramatically. The initial chaos gives way to something more strategic, more calculated. The auditor changes tone, becoming calmer, more conversational. But make no mistake, the tension is still there, just beneath the surface. One officer, in particular, stands out, calm, professional, and willing to engage. And this is where things get interesting. Instead of confrontation, we get dialogue. The auditor begins to explain his purpose, framing himself not as a disruptor, but as an educator, someone testing the boundaries of the First Amendment. But even in this calmer exchange, there's a subtle battle happening. The officer acknowledges the rights, but introduces the idea of perception, that even if something is legal, it can still make people uncomfortable. And that's the pivot point, because now the discussion isn't just about law, it's about interpretation. The auditor pushes back firmly. He reframes everything through a constitutional lens. Free speech isn't meant to be comfortable. It's meant to challenge, provoke, and exist even when people don't like it. And in that moment, you can see the officer thinking, weighing the argument. Meanwhile, in the background, the earlier aggressor fades, but not completely. There's still this lingering sense that things could reignite at any moment. Then comes another layer, the political discussion. What started as a rights-based encounter now dips into opinions, elections, and controversial viewpoints. And this is where the stakes subtly rise again. Because mixing politics into an already tense situation, that's unpredictable territory. The auditor stays composed, presenting himself as balanced, even critical of both sides. But the environment around him doesn't necessarily share that neutrality. And that's what keeps the suspense alive. Throughout this segment, there's no shouting, no immediate escalation, but the tension hasn't disappeared. It's transformed. It's quieter, more intellectual, but just as powerful. And looming over all of it is one unanswered question.
Cops we have here right now. We have 1, 2, 3. Oh, that's not a cop car, but I thought it was. But they get paid they have a good job, you know, they get paid pretty good money. So at least way over 50 grand a year at least. So we have 50. Let's say it was 50. We have 50 plus 50 plus 50. That's $150,000 in salaries right here. And I'm sure it's more because this guy hasn't been a cop for 2 years. He's been a cop for longer than that. You've been a cop longer than that. So you don't get paid $50,000 a year.
I got a question for you.
Yeah.
What do you hope to accomplish by being here today?
I hope to educate everyone on the First Amendment, on freedom of the press. We have the right to speak. We have the right to say how we feel. We have the right to film in a publicly accessible area. And if people don't like it, tough luck. I'm not going to be disorderly. I'm not going to be rude. Although some people say, yeah, you're rude, but I can say F this and F that, and I'm not. So I'm pretty courteous. I'd like to find out who called the cops on me. Because that person is very, very, very uneducated.
So, is this for a YouTube channel? Or
This is for Auditing America on every platform. We have over 80 million combined views. We're well known around the country.
Is it like corporate or is it like individually?
I'm independent.
Okay, independent.
I'm independent.
Individual projects.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I meant. I was just curious.
Yeah, I'm independent. Like I said, I want no trouble. I just speak. I want people. I wish everyone was like you. That you can actually sit down, and even though we have different opinions, we can have a civil conversation.
No, I know. I will definitely.
So can you? I can see that. I can see you're a good person.
I try to. I don't really want to get into a physical interaction with someone unless it's eventually escalated into that. But
Exactly.
sometimes things get too excessive and they need to just chill down. Somebody needs to walk away.
Exactly.
I've learned it the hard way a couple times at school. So.
Oh, I understand. I'd like to know what the sergeant has to say because I didn't like his approach, but we'll see. I don't know why he's going in there. I don't even know why we're here because it was all our discussion was over there.
Oh, well,
And if we're here, they can try to say, oh, well, you're campaigning within 150 feet from the, you know what I'm saying? Which is illegal, and I'm not campaigning. That's why I'm trying to make sure. I'm talking to this gentleman right here and this young lady about negative things about both parties. I'm not saying vote for this guy or trying to get people to do this or that. I'm just asking questions in a peaceful manner. And somebody call the police. Have you ever arrested any bad cops? You gotta work on that a little bit. You gotta work on that a little bit. Did you guys ever arrest the people that set on fire that mobile gas station on right by Busch Gardens during the riots?
I don't know. I don't know if they did or not.
Oh, I just drove by. It looks brand new again. I was right there when that happened. My video got 7.5 million hits from that day. Yeah. Did you see the video from a woman tossing a brick into the police car and busting it?
No, I don't watch much social media.
It's all over the place. They bust the Tampa police rear window. 7 million views. Did you see it? That was my.
And you got the video of it? You
Yeah.
turned it into them?
Yeah.
do we need to move?
Oh, sir. According to Florida Statute 102.
Okay, but I'm not campaigning. I'm not campaigning. That's the
I
thing.
need you to move off the property. You're
Okay.
standing within the zone.
But that's for campaigning purposes, right?
The zone part.
That's for
You have to
campaigning
follow through.
purposes.
Okay, sir, he's just explained to you the statute.
Okay,
You
and
have
I'm
to be
leaving.
150 feet.
Okay.
150 feet is clearly marked on all locations, all sides of this polling area by the cones. There's a cone there. There's one over there right on the corner of 40th, all right? You cannot go within the 150 feet.
That's for campaign purposes, right?
What you're doing, okay? You can exercise.
Can
your
you
First
explain the
Amendment
law
right.
to me?
You can listen. I'm trying to stop interrupting me.
No. Listen, you have
Listen
to
to
be
me.
you have to be professional,
If you
sir. Why are
are-
you getting
if
close?
You come
see,
in.
you see, you're getting too
if
close.
you come in past the 150 feet,
Why are
you're
you
going to
getting
be
so
arrested
close?
for trespassing.
Why are you getting so close
Because I
to
want to
me?
make sure you understand and it's clear to you.
We can have a conversation without
are
you being
having a
rude to me.
conversation.
You don't have to be rude to me.
Not being rude.
Yes, you are.
No, I'm
because
not.
I know what the law says.
If you knew what it was,
listen.
you were right up next to the building.
Listen, I was right here, and I went
Then
over
you
there
can
because the
stay
police came, and I went over there. But our whole conversation.
Stay here. You
That's
cannot be there.
That's fine. You can.
You're
You know what you
warned.
can. You know
If
what you can do with the
go
entire
back up
building.
there, if you go back up there again and we respond back out here.
Okay, so how am I
you've been
supposed to go
warned.
back? How am I supposed to go back that way?
You can walk. You can go over there, but you cannot engage people in conversation at all.
Oh, you can't talk?
regarding this. No. You
At
can't.
all. No free
Can I have
speech.
Can I also have your ID, please?
Am I being detained?
Right now, yes.
Under
Can I have-
what? Under what? On suspicion of what crime?
Listen, don't make it any worse, please.
Why you want my ID?
Just give me your ID.
Are you gonna
card.
arrest me if I don't?
Give me your ID.
I'm asking
card,
you,
please.
Sergeant. Look. My
Give me
ID.
your ID
My
card,
ID is
please.
right here. If you want it, you
Yes,
can
I
have
would
it.
like it.
Look, you can take it yourself. It's right
No,
there.
I'm not
But
gonna
I'm not
reach
going.
I'm not reaching into your property.
You want me to help
take
you
it.
violate my rights, right?
I'm not asking you to violate.
Yeah,
your
because
rights. No,
what about
I'm
my
asking
Fourth
you for your
Amendment?
ID.
What about my Fourth Amendment?
What about? Listen, stop.
No.
Just let me see your ID, please.
Am I gonna be arrested if I refuse? It's a question.
Probably not.
Okay, so let me refuse, please. I can nicely refuse, right?
Okay. Can I see your ID?
Why? Look, you can see it.
Because I want to know who you know who you're talking to.
Look, my
name's
ID's right here.
there.
My ID's right here.
My
But if
name
you
is right there.
if you want
Watch
it,
your back.
if you want it, you can violate my rights and take it. But I'm not going to help you violate my rights.
Okay.
You can take it. Look, it's right there.
No, I'm not going to take it. You're going to hand it to me.
And if I don't, what's gonna happen?
You're going to hand it to me.
Am I
Watch-
gonna be
watch your
arrested?
back.
Am I gonna be? That's the question I want to know before you take, another
If you
different
step
step.
forward to that line again, you will be arrested. If you're
For-
doing this.
Oh, if I'm recording.
If you are engaging people in conversation about the election and you move forward to that line, you're going to be arrested. You've
what's
been
the-
warned. Watch your back.
And what's the crime?
It's
Free speech?
no, it's not free speech. It's not a violation of the First Amendment. It's a violation of Florida state statutes.
Oh.
Okay.
You gotta pay
All right.
attention.
You gotta.
It's
Let me tell you. Let me tell you.
102-031.
Let me tell you something, Lieutenant. What is it, Sergeant?
It's sergeant.
Sergeant. Your first approach wasn't good at all. You have to be courteous and
Listen,
professional.
listen,
Yes, you have to be
I don't
courteous.
need lessons on how to do police work from you. Okay?
Well, you apparently you need
If
some
if
lessons.
Continue your activities forward to the 150 feet. Okay, you're going to be arrested.
And that's what you want, right? You
Okay.
you would love to do that, right? Come on, man. I'm not bothering anyone.
Well, you were
what's
when
the
you were up at the pole. Over
No,
here,
no, I was over here. I'm having a great conversation with this young lady over
That's
here.
right.
And that's no, yeah, it
When I
is.
got here, you were up there.
Yeah, that's because the police parked over there and I wanted to speak with them. Why don't you make an investigation before you make assumptions?
Okay, don't go forward to the line.
Don't beat your dog.
Calm down. All right. I think it's the
That's
freeway.
disrespectful. That's disrespectful.
Listen, I understand what you're saying. We all understand, but we have to do a job out here. You know what I mean? We have to keep
Yeah.
everybody safe.
What about your
And
oath?
listen, the reason why we were called out here is because people felt intimidated. We didn't say you were intimidating them; they felt it. So we just have to come out here and make sure everybody feels safe. And
Your
can-
sergeant wants me in jail over my
Nobody
First
wants to-
Amendment. He's a
nobody wants to go to
tyrant.
jail.
Yeah, he's a tyrant.
Just be careful, okay?
I will, and you're very nice. You're a very professional guy. Just stand up to tyrant. You need to stand up to tyranny. You cannot allow your sergeant to talk to people like that. That's actually disorderly conduct. That's the meaning of disorderly conduct. Once you have a police officer walking up to you like that, that's disorderly conduct.
Personal opinion, I think that.
Why do you think? Why do you think he didn't get my ID? Because he knows I'm right.
Yeah.
He wanted my ID really bad.
Yeah. Personally,
And I said, you know what? You want my ID? It's right there. You go ahead and violate my rights all on your own.
in my opinion,
This is where everything comes to a head. The calm, respectful dialogue from earlier is abruptly replaced by authority. Firm, direct, and far less patient. The sergeant arrives, and immediately, the tone shifts. There's no attempt to ease into the situation. No soft approach. Just commands. And right away, conflict ignites. The sergeant introduces a legal boundary. The 150-foot rule tied to election activity. But here's where it gets complicated. The auditor isn't campaigning, at least not in his view. He sees himself as exercising free speech. The sergeant sees a violation. Two interpretations, one space, and no agreement. What follows is a textbook escalation. The sergeant pushes harder, stepping closer, asserting control not just through words, but through presence. The auditor doesn't back down. In fact, he leans in verbally, questioning, challenging, demanding clarity. Then comes the moment that defines the entire encounter. The ID demand again, but this time it's different. There's pressure behind it, consequences implied. The auditor responds in a way that flips the power dynamic, offering the ID, but refusing to physically hand it over. It's a psychological standoff, a test of who will cross the line first, and neither does. That's what makes this moment so intense. It's not about action, it's about restraint. Both sides holding their ground, waiting for the other to make a move that could justify escalation. The sergeant doubles down, threatening arrest if the auditor crosses that invisible boundary again. The auditor counters by exposing what he sees as overreach, even labeling the behavior as tyrannical. Meanwhile, another officer quietly acknowledges what everyone watching is thinking, that the situation could have been handled better, that maybe, just maybe, this didn't need to escalate this far. But by now, the damage is done. Respect has broken down, positions are locked in, and the encounter becomes less about resolution and more about proving a point. As it all winds down, there's no dramatic arrest, no explosive ending. But that's what makes it powerful, because the real takeaway isn't what happened, it's how close it came to going much further.